What's up, Kaijudo Masters? Pudgy Force here, bringing you a video duel. This is round 2 from the duel day on the 12th, our 4-man double elimination tournament. Myself on the right versus Nick Gray on the on the left. I got the higher dice roll, so I'm going first this round. I'm running Dark Saberbolt in this tournament, and Nick was running Birds and Bottles, or as Christian likes to call it, Greed Dragons. So we're just shuffling up and preparing for the round. At this point, I'm talking to um, Nick about. Excuse me. Wow. I'm talking to him about how my dice rolls the night before weren't that great. I get to go first because I have the stellar dice roll. Now I know how Nick likes to work when he, especially against me, because he's seen it work before. He'll try to rush early game with his birds, and if that fails, he'll go to dragons in the late game. He's got that turn two. Looks, and I'm playing something that's bigger than the Lux, hoping he'll swing in so I can kill it. He drops the Gloom Hollow. To my fortune, he hits a Root Trap, gets the Gloom Hollow out of the way, leaving his Lux vulnerable. And rather than playing the Sabertooth, I charge it so I can reap and sow. And thanks to that, I am now at 6 mana as early as turn 4.
And I cleared his field in one go, too.
He had one monster.
He had two monsters. Because he hit a root trap.
Nick's playing birds.
Love to top a barrage right now. That's not a barrage, but it's still pretty good.
And at this point, I got all the
One,
acceleration in the world.
4, Sabertooth.
Had a really good starting hand.
Sabertooth, double break. Yep.
Double turbo.
Razorhide.
Doing as much work as I can. Charging as much mana as I can. Now it's 7 mana.
Yep.
He's got 2 birds out, but there's little they can do right now.
Lux. Yep. Good.
Just waiting on Nick's move. He plays a Nyx. Drops Lyra for 3 mana. Holding down the Sabertooth.
My turn?
Yeah. Go ahead.
My turn, unfortunately for him. I got the Bolt Tail Dragon, so I go in for the kill.
I need terror.
You need Terra Pits.
He doesn't have the necessary blasts, and Razorhide finishes him off.
Bolt tail or
I got it from the Reap and Sow.
ah, jumping too.
I had a Tornado Flame down. Didn't get, their next card was a Tornado Flame, Puppet.
Yeah, because if I had lived, I was gonna clear your field.
Probably.
I was gonna Slayer, and I had Lux in my hand, so keep my dragon alive.
Nick wishing that he had the extra turn.
When you figure dragons out, that was my main concern. But I had the turn.
And so we're shuffling up here for game 2. At the other table, it was Jacob Leonard versus Nathan Bond.
It's bigger than Lyra.
Jacob was running Blurple,
Lyra.
and Nathan was running Water Dark Light Dragons.
You had
Control.
You had the Gloom Hollow, but then you hit a root trap. That was
Nathan just seemed to have had a really bad weekend that week, as he ended up losing his match. This being his second loss since he lost to Nick in round 1, making him out of the tournament for the remainder of the day after this round.
It didn't matter. I also had a very nice game, I would definitely say. And I had to choose the Lux, I still would have kept the Lyra. Yeah, I would have actually targeted the Lux. Just because.
Now about to get started here with game 2.
Nothing I could do against it. also had a very good chance.
No, unfortunately, I don't
I
get to
drew
go
a second
first.
neuron the second turn.
Now Nick gets to go first this time, which is the downside
It's two when it gets
of Dark Saberbolt
Well, I said
because it
now
likes going first, especially if I'm going to be dealing with
doesn't help against neurons.
early turn bird aggro.
That's what I was doing against him too, was throwing the death smokes in the mana zone because all of his big guys are evolutions.
Well, I didn't see the death smoke until.
And there's the Prickleback hoping to deal with the Nyx if he, the Umbra if he swings with it.
I had the pit in hand instead of in shields.
But he's got a Gloom Hollow. Sadly, this time I do not have a Shield Blast response to the Gloom Hollow.
Too slow. I said I had blockers, but blockers don't do me good against neuron. This weekend has not been the luckiest of weekends for me.
you did win a game.
So I throw out a Razorhide, hoping to repeat the same scenario from last time.
Go.
I had
Last
too much
game.
consistency yesterday.
Charging a lot of mana off the Razorhide.
Yeah. He was trying out a Herald build though. Robert was happy when he beat you. He was real happy.
Well, if he's testing a deck, it's not trying to
Now,
probably one of the reasons why.
Nick's got all the birds out,
You choose.
Yeah.
including the Gloom Hollow.
Say go ahead.
Short of crystal memory, go.
I'm at 4 mana. So I Bone Blades the Gloom Hollow, get it out of my way. Then I take out the bird, go for shield, charge me some mana.
Aw.
Unfortunately, I charged the Sabertooth, but at this point, it doesn't matter too much.
Go ahead.
The Razorhide is actually a little bit more useful to me, assuming he doesn't play a Lyra, which he doesn't.
All the birds.
So he plays another bird.
Come at me, bro.
I dare him to come at me. He decides not. I think. Oh, does he?
Middle.
He hits a shield, and then passes. I guess he's afraid to hit the blast or leave two of his guys vulnerable.
I was surprised you didn't have the turn 4 saber tooth.
I could have, but I saw no point to it.
This is why
So now I got 6 mana.
you go ahead.
You have a neuron. No hand.
Nick has no hand.
I'm familiar.
I killed the bird he attacked with, and then I pass because I don't want to give him a hand.
I'm gonna try to stabilize here first. Go.
And he just passes. He draws and passes. I figure it must be something good.
Where's the bull tail? Actually, no.
So I was about to charge a Bull Tail, but then changed my mind.
What does he do again? Is this a skirmisher?
Yeah, just 3 for 4 blocker skirmish.
Okay.
Nothing special. Yeah.
I charged a Razorhide instead. And then I spend 6 mana to barrage the remainder of his field.
That sets you back significantly.
Razorhide to give me more mana. Prickleback,
Go back.
weighing down his shields here.
Go.
Attack the next one.
And he drops a bunch of small fry.
Not trying to lose, but these are really nice draws.
I'm just trying to figure out how the hell I come back.
So at 9 mana, I drop the ultimate killer of small fry, and that's Infernus the Awaken.
Go.
Get rid of the Lux, so his dragons aren't easier to drop. And because I know that Gloom Hollow dies
I can bottle into it.
when Infernus attacks anyway.
You're not Draco Thinning at this point,
Excuse me.
unless you're bottling into a Draco Thing. Go.
So he can't do anything. He's relying on some good blasts now.
5, 0.
And I throw down that Bull-tailed dragon just as a precaution,
10
One.
per game.
as well as a Prickleback.
Go ahead.
Furnace attack, Spanish Gloom Hollow, double break.
And from what I saw there, actually, his last 2 shields were logo scans. So that's a game with Bull-tailed dragon. My last 2 shields was a Root Trap and a Bone Blade, so I did really well there. So that was the second match. Coming up, I have the semifinals match between Nick and Jacob to face me in top 2. After that, we also have the finals match, myself versus the winner of the match between Nick and Jacob. So stay tuned for that.
Alright.
as well as the deck profile at the end of all these videos.
Get him back.
So that's it for now, YouTube. Hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you later.